Welcome to OG 55 Live. We're talking Comic Con, Marvel, and how it relates to potentially how it relates to DCA, one of my favorite parks, because I'm rooting for the underdog, Marcus. I'm rooting for the underdog, you know what I'm saying? But I got Candy Camper here today. Up next here, we got OG 55 and Marcus on OG 55 Live. Welcome on board, everybody, to another episode of OG 55. I want to welcome everybody in the chat, and I want to welcome Kenny Camper. We are talking all about today Marvel and DCA, but also whatever you guys want to talk about in the chat, bring it up. We'll talk about it. We'll break it down. We love doing side quests here. Anything that's on your mind, we'll chit chat about it. Candid, how are you, sir?
I'm living it. I got a phone call and it was like, OG's calling me. What's up? You want to hang out? And I'm like, let's do it. What are we talking about? I don't know yet. And then he texts me later. He's like, this is what we're talking about. I'm like, I didn't know this happened. So let me do some research. And here we are. So super happy to be here. Thanks for having me on. And I'm ready to rock, man.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. And I'll be linking Candid's channel in the description down below. And we also utilize the collaboration feature here a lot. So by the time, if you're watching this on the replay, you'll see that next to the subscribe button. So make sure you subscribe to Theme Park Thoughts, Candid Camper. All right. So let's talk about this, Candid. This is courtesy of Marvel.com. All the Marvel Studios news from Hall H at San Diego Comic-Con 2026. We got some crazy stuff. Ghost Rider. Let's talk that first. Ryan Gosling is a busy man. I mean, he's doing that Starfighter movie with Lucasfilm, Star Wars. But it says here in a surprise announcement, Marvel revealed that a new Ghost Rider film is in the works, starring Ryan Gosling. Deadpool and Wolverine filmmaker Sean Levy will direct, with the film hitting theaters in 2028. All right, so we got that. I'm going to kind of set the table, and then we're going to talk about this. And then we got Doomsday, and they released a crazy poster of Doom, which is freaking awesome. We love it. We love it. And then we also have, let's go down a little bit, a new Black Panther movie. Ryan Coogler, who I'm a huge Ryan Coogler fan. I love his work, is returning to Wakanda. The acclaimed director took the Hall H stage to announce that he will return to the Marvel Cinematic Universe to direct the third Black Panther film. What's interesting, though, is it says here, joined by Letitia Wright and Winston Duke, Coogler announced that David Johnson will be the new Black Panther in the upcoming film. He will play the son of T'Challa, the late Chadwick Boseman, and the new film will follow his character as he grows up and comes of age. Let's actually start here, okay? Because actually, this is, I think, the most interesting part of all of this, right? So they're gonna. It's not really a recast, I guess, which is I think a smart move, right? Considering what happened to Chadwick and his. I mean, he was way too young, and that was a horrible situation. But I think this is the most respectful way, right, that you can kind of handle this, and this is sort of a maybe passing of the torch of the. It's a continuation of the mantle for Black Panther. I want to ask you a couple. First question is, do you like this idea in terms of the film of the son becoming the next generation Black Panther? And do you feel like because now they have a new Black Panther, what does this mean for DCA? Because we've seen, even in like the Disneyland Forward concept art, they were throwing around potentially Wakanda as a land for that park. So we'll start with the film. Do you like this idea of like the passing of the torch to the son?
I love this because this all ties into like the couple past conversations that we've had. And this is all preemptive, like us having these conversations. And all of a sudden we get stuff like this. And you're like, dude, now let's go back to what we literally talked about like last week. And it makes like everything's going to break after we have this conversation tonight. So as far as the movie goes, I think having a third Black Panther movie in general is kind of one of those where are we Black Panthered out? So that's kind of where I'm sitting. As far as passing the torch, I love that idea. I think that actually makes sense and it shows a lot of respect. Um, I also think that the story needs to come somehow be written properly to be able to show that off, but also try to remain as close as they can to Marvel comics, and then also the storyline for the future of Avengers and everything like that. So as far as the movie goes, I'm okay with it. Black Panther 3, I'll wait till it hits Disney Plus. Personally, I'm not a huge Black Panther fan. I didn't really like the second one as much as I did the first one. But we need these films to be able to continue the future into 2020. Was it 2042 or 43,
Yeah.
whatever he said?
Yeah. No, no, absolutely. Well, and okay, now let me ask you this, because the future of this franchise was very much, in my opinion, kind of in limbo, right? Because of
Yeah.
Chadwick, right? Now we kind of have like a blueprint as to what we're doing going forward. We have the next generation. Do you feel like this? Do you feel like this solidifies like the franchise in terms of like park expansions? Like, do you think this is something that we can potentially, because they're doing this, that we will maybe see a Wakanda in DCA in the symbol lot or whatever?
I don't think so. I really
Really?
don't think so. Yeah, because you got to think this way. Everyone gave shit to Avatar, right? Because it only made a billion. It didn't make 1.4 billion. This movie is not going to make $1 billion. I don't see it because we're having these conversations about Doomsday almost not making it and Spider-Man not almost making it. Black Panther 3 is not going to make $1 billion. And if it does,
Wow.
obviously come back and tell me. But I just don't think it's gonna be one of those where they need to do it. And if they were to do it, like I talked about 10,000 times on your channel, it should be going where Avatar Land is now. That whole back lot should be expansion of Avengers Campus and should be mini lands or Wakanda Land or just something different that has to do with Marvel, especially with all the reboots. Like we're getting all these reboots of Marvel franchises, and it's a new start. We had the fatigue end, and we're getting this fresh new Avengers and Spider Man. I just think it would have been the perfect time to open up some new rides over there and then just start getting some more Marvel in the park. But we're getting Avatar instead, which I'm just happy to get anything at this point, honestly, and quality.
Yeah, it's interesting too because because a lot of fans will look at DCA and they'll go, okay, you know, we have to be maybe close to like Avengers Campus, and I get that. But I mean, what do you think about a Wakanda in the symbol lot, though? I mean, I know you wanted it like where Pandora is, but would you be like okay with it being over there in the symbol lot, or do you feel like that's like a kind of, because I have OCD, so a little like a part of me is kind of like, oh, I don't really like that, like Marvel and then Marvel over there too, right? Does
Yeah.
that bother you, or are you okay with that?
Yeah, I know we kind of talked about it before. Real quick, Rogue Attraction. I meant not reboot, but like a restart of Marvel, kind of like a refresh, because I feel like they're throwing a whole bunch of Marvel down our throats, and then they kind of just slowly got us done, like kind of let us chill out for a little bit, and now they're restarting as far as giving us another Avengers, which is going to kind of kick off that whole Marvel chain again. So that's what I meant by reboot. Sorry, I used the wrong term. But once again, it's so hard to just be gung ho for. It's hard for me just to say yes to something now over in Disney or
Oh,
Disneyland. Disneyland is there's like every single piece of that property is real estate. Every time they put down a trash can, that trash can has a meaning. Where you could throw a trash can anywhere in Disney World, and it doesn't mean the same thing as putting one in Disneyland because that space matters. So them putting a Wakanda or anything of that sort in another area that's going to be freshly built, it's going to be really hard for me to sign on that. The other thing is like, well, perfect example, X-Men. X-Men makes way more sense. We talked about that before. You can give us the school, you can give us something, and that's the other side. If you guys didn't watch the last live, go ahead and check it out. But we kind of talked about how Disney is building these park or these lands to be able to teach you or to learn or to train you to be able to be a superhero, and you're kind of stuck in that mode. So if you were to put an X-Men in there, you can't just have X-Men rides fighting villains all the time. You have to have something that's going to get you into that land or make you feel like, why am I here? And I think that has to be the school. It has to be you training, and then something happens to the school where you have to use your training to go and fight. So it has to become some kind of story before that. So my thing is with Wakanda, what story are they going to tell to make you go from Avengers Campus over to Disneyland Forward or wherever the hell this is going to be, the other parking lot.
yeah.
So am I for it? It needs to make sense.
Yeah, and you bring up a great point, Candid, where like in Disney World, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter. And
Exactly.
I'm not talking crap about like Florida. I'm just saying it doesn't matter because like you guys have a bajillion and a half acres to work with, right? And you bring up a fantastic point where it's like, you know what? We don't have that kind of room here. They Disney had Disney spent all their political cachet getting that Disneyland Forward thing approved. You better use that space wisely, right?
Very
Now,
wisely.
yeah, exactly. So that's a great point. So like Wakanda is a cool like environment though, like for like a theme park, and like Marvel is a cool franchise. But Marvel right now is really kind of on, let's be real, right? I love Marvel. I really do. But like Marvel right now is on shaky ground. It's not exactly what it was,
Until
right?
December. Until December, we'll find out.
Well, that's the thing, right? I mean, if that movie does well, we're back in the game. At least we're in the right
Easy.
direction, you know?
Correct. Correct.
But sorry, do they really want to build a Wakanda in the simple lot, 10, 15 acres of more
That's so
Marvel?
much. And
Yeah,
give us
right.
one ride, one restaurant, and a half-ass bar. Like, you know who you are, Galaxy's Edge. Like, what are we
Right.
doing? And that's where it comes down to utilizing the land to make sense. And honestly, I said this before too. I want to be able to have a reason to go to Disney World. So give me that reason. And if you want Wakanda done right, I think you put it over in Disney World. And I think it should go in I mean, might as well just throw it into not Hollywood. Uh, Weird enough, I think it would fit over near Avatar over there.
Yeah, I don't disagree. Well, I don't disagree. Like, you mean, yeah, like Animal Kingdom?
Yeah, Animal Kingdom. I feel like weirdly it can fit there.
No, it can. The only reason why that won't happen is because they can't use this franchise over there.
Oh shoot, you're right. I forgot about that. And
Yeah,
this is why we get gardens thrown down our throat every fucking where, because they can use it everywhere.
they can use that, yeah, because I think with
Mhm.
Islands of Adventure at Universal, any character
I
from
forgot about
Marvel
that.
that has any kind of representation there, and I think Black Panther is in like the gift shop or something. Rogue Attraction knows, but they can't do Black Panther there, so it would have to go here at Disneyland Resort. We'll see. I mean, I don't know. I mean, and it's funny too. You mentioned box office because you're not wrong. We're like, what if the third movie doesn't really do well, right? But then at the same time, they put a
We got Tron.
we got Tron. We got Tron, dude. And we're getting an Indiana Jones ride in Animal Kingdom, which
Yeah,
we all know how Dial of Destiny did, right?
yeah.
So
Well, that's why it's not a Dial of Destiny ride though.
that's true. That's true. It's gonna be young Indy, I'm sure, you know. So
Shia LaBeouf.
it's shot above. Exactly. Exactly, dude. Yeah. So I don't know. It'll be interesting to see. I'm very curious how this affects DCA. But now we have something like Black Panther's, further out, but we do have, and this is
Mhm.
courtesy of our good friend Scott Gustin, who we love. Um, this Doom poster, right?
Yeah.
This movie, the pre-sales have been crushing it. The trailer, the numbers were like bananas, right? If this movie delivers, like you think, okay, we'll start small. Do you think that DCA will at least see a walk around Doctor Doom in Avengers
Oh,
Campus?
easy. I think we're gonna get it even if I think we're gonna get Doom before the movie.
Okay, like
I
like a
think they're planning
pregame.
on getting him out there. Oh yeah, I think they're gonna get him out there. And I wouldn't be surprised if they get him out there during the Halloween time.
Wow,
Yeah.
interesting.
They have a lot of there's a lot of anticipation for this. They wouldn't bring all these people on stage if they didn't want this to do bigger than it. They wouldn't have made that trailer the way they did if they didn't think this was going to be bigger.
Yeah, that's interesting. I mean, I really hope they do because during the Disney Plus stuff, like with like Loki and all that, I mean, Marvel was like every time a new episode would drop, they would have like the Loki that coordinated with that episode in the campus, and I hope they promote. I hope they utilize the campus to start promoting the
They
Marvel
should.
stuff. Yeah, dude, that would be sick. Now we got an Infinity Defense, which is going to be basically like we've seen the concept art, right? Where it's like every Marvel character you can imagine, right? This multiverse kind of experience. They got to have Doom in there, right? I would assume. I mean, if this movie makes a billion plus, right? I mean, I would think. What do you think?
I, I would hope so. I mean, Doom is such an iconic character too. Like, I'm surprised it took this long for us to get. stuff with Doom, but obviously knowing why we had to wait. But my thing is like, what are we doing with Thanos at this point? Or King
Well,
Thanos? Like, what are we doing with Homeboy?
I,
Is he just fuck you and we just flicked him like a booger?
flicked him like a booger, with the Infinity Gauntlet, flicked him, boom.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, what would you think they would replace King Thanos with Doctor Doom?
I couldn't tell you honestly. I don't know. I just feel like we're getting back into this whole of Doom is not just a regular villain. Doom sets a stage to be a generational villain, just like Thanos. So you have Doom outthrown Thanos now, and then this is what I mean by a reboot. I said earlier. Now we're gonna have the Thanos or the Doom dynasty for a while. So it's just gonna be this weird chain of how we're gonna be moving, and there's different universes. It's just gonna be strange, and I can't wait for us to talk about the next thing because this one bothers me a little bit. I'm excited, but it bothers me. But I'm jumping ahead a little bit. Sorry.
Now, do you think that fans would be disappointed though? Like if we don't get Doom, like let's say Doom, let's say Doom, like just complete, like Doctor Doom. I mean, not Doctor, Doomsday. It is a
Mhm.
huge hit, right? And then this Infinity Defense Ride attraction opens, and it doesn't have him in there. Like, do you think that would be an issue for fans because they had this huge movie and that it's
I
Thanos
don't.
again?
I don't. I mean, it depends on the storyline and everything like that too. Because I mean, didn't artwork show King Thanos in it
Yeah,
originally?
yeah.
So I mean, depending on how the storyline goes, but I don't think so. I think if it's done, if the storyline doesn't match up to having Doom in it, then obviously no one's going to care if Doom's in it. But I think we do need to at least get Doom walking around.
Okay. All right. And so okay, so we got Doomsday, possibly, well, probably more likely than Wakanda, but we got Doomsday, uh, meet and greet, walk around. Maybe he'll be added to Infinity Defense. We got David Johnson
We'll
cast
get a
as
popcorn bucket, maybe.
for Doctor Doom.
Yeah, Doctor Doom popcorn bucket. I see that in the future, but not for Florida. Not for
Well,
Florida.
not for Florida, only Cali. Come on
Yeah,
now.
they don't have Adventures Campus. They can't have it. So
They can't have it. So yeah, it's only got to come here to the West Coast. I'm telling you, you and I have been on the forefront of the "Be Fair to California" thing. I mean,
yeah,
I'm telling you, man. I mean, I keep hearing about this "Be Fair to Florida" stuff. I don't see it. I don't see it. Florida, you're getting a whole bunch of stuff. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm not shedding any tears for Florida. Okay, give us
you're about to get in trouble.
give us some love over here. In California.
Right.
And then okay, so we got we got David Johnson as Black Panther's son in Black Panther 3, and then we have this Ryan Gosling
Yeah.
officially cast as Ghost Rider at the MCU. Now, thoughts on this casting, thoughts on the movie, and then we'll move into DCA because this is also a possibility. What do you think, brother?
So this is the one for me that kind of bothered me because I'm probably the only one. Yeah, I'm not sure what it is. Is it actually? Sorry, going off road retract. I'm not sure if it actually has an actual number. If it's not 616, um, I guess 12 to 18. Yeah, it's kind of one of those for me. I'm not 100%. But going back, Ghost Rider. Like, I'm probably the only fan here that is a Cage fan. I love me some Nick, and he is my Ghost Rider. So first thing I went and looked up, yeah, they are. First thing I went and looked up and was to see which Ghost Rider he was going to be, and yeah, he's going to be Blaze. So Gosling's going to be Johnny Blaze. I was kind of upset about that, just a tad bit, but I mean, it's been years, man, and now it's a Disney, Disney owned, and we'll see how it goes. I'm just happy to get it.
Yeah, yeah. I used to be. I probably was one of the only people that stuck with Agents of Shield for the whole series. Like
Yeah,
Like me, Kiki and Luca's gonna give me shit because I'm bringing up my ex, but like that was our show. Like we watched the whole damn thing. Okay, they had a they had Ghost Rider in that series, and actually the young man, I forgot the guy's name, but he was good, dude. He was good. Did you ever watch that Agents of
no,
Shield?
no, I tried to watch it, but it was on like a different channel or something that it just. Remember I was telling you before, like when Disney started putting things in weird places, it started to get really hard to watch and focus on different things. That's why the Marvel fatigue was real.
No, it was, and they've completely Bob Chapek with that whole era of that 2020 like we're gonna churn out like as much as possible,
Yeah,
like quantity over quality, completely decimated
it did.
a lot of these franchises, and now they're having to rebuild, and it's really hard. It's like anything in life. Like when you break that trust, it's really hard to bring that back. It's not
Yeah.
impossible, but it's really hard to bring it back. And they broke that trust with the fans during that era. We had what, twerking She-Hulk. I mean, come on,
She was
we can
bad
do
though.
better.
She was
Well,
thick, three
oh,
C's,
dude, she was thicker than fog, dog. You know what I'm saying?
thicker than a Snicker.
Absolutely, absolutely. But they broke that trust, right? And now we're having to dig our way back, like try to climb our way back out of that hole. And it's like, oh man, you know. But I do believe Kevin Feige, though. I mean, he's a nerd at heart. He's probably
Yeah.
better equipped than most executives to kind of get out of that. So, you
Yeah,
know,
and and nothing's wrong with Gosling at all. I think he's gonna do a great job in this role, and I'm actually I actually like the casting for this. I think he's gonna do great. It's just hard to see Nicolas Cage. Nicolas Cage is getting old, man. Watching him in Spider-Man Noir, I thought that I actually really liked it. I enjoyed it a lot. He
yeah.
just looks old as shit, though, dude. So I don't know how much more he has left in the tank to play these Marvel characters, and maybe that's why. But I don't know. I'm ready for some Ghost Rider. I think it's cool that we're getting these not smaller franchises, but more of a, I guess, a kind of a niche franchise. Like this sits in its own category, a tier of like the darker Marvel side, like Blade, yeah, Blade and stuff like that. So hopefully we get Blade back. I don't know if there's anything on the table. I remember back in the day we were supposed to get some Blade stuff. We're supposed to get a Blade game too, a long time ago, but
Yeah.
I don't know. Hopefully get Blade back.
So, what do you think? Do you think we'll get anything Ghost Rider in DCA? I mean,
No,
no, well, he won't show up in
no,
Infinity Defense. Nothing.
no, no, no. He's too dark.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't. I think like even though that we're gonna have villains and we might get Doom and Thanos, it's just I don't know. There's something about that character that's he's just kind of like a Punisher to me. You're not gonna see Punisher walking around. You know,
Yeah. You know
it just won't
that's
happen.
well. I mean, oh man. I mean, I don't necessarily disagree with you, but I'm kind of disappointed, right? Because I feel
Yeah,
like with Disney, like kind of grow some balls, right? Like I don't know. For me, it's like okay, I get it. You're not going to put Ghost Rider in Disneyland, right? But the whole point of a secondary gate, a secondary park, is to have experiences that you can't get in the castle park. That's the whole
like
point of
alcohol.
it. Yeah, exactly, exactly. And so, why have secondary parks if you're going to water them down like you do like the castle parks, right?
Yeah,
Like for
yeah, I agree.
me, and I feel like you're right. I feel like they don't have the balls to do a Ghost Rider.
No,
I'm not
the
even sure if
closest
they're.
thing. Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, I was just say I'm not even sure if they're going to do X Men. To be honest with you, but we'll see.
I feel like the closest thing we got to like remember we had some of the zombies walk around for a little bit.
Yeah.
Like that's kind of the closest I think we're gonna get to anything like that. And Face Off, come on, let's go. Face Off's one of my favorite Nick Cage movies. Same with Snake Eyes, classic,
Oh yeah.
classic.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Now let's talk a little
Night at
X
the
Men.
Museum, not Night at the Museum. Oh my god, what's it called? Oh my god, there's two of them. I don't know, I can't remember. My brain hurts today.
Oh, National Treasure.
Yeah, thank you. Wow, yeah, we need a National Treasure 3.
No, absolutely. You know what? Our good friend Jared, actually, from Capture the Magic, loves that franchise.
Hell yeah,
Um,
dude, it's so good.
Dude, it's fantastic. And Disney's completely, they'd rather make, live
Yeah,
action remakes every year.
yeah, or an inclusion version or a version where it's a cartoon. You know, we
Yeah.
just won't we just won't do the right thing. Just do the right thing, Disney.
Come on, do the right thing. Now I'm playing this Wolverine game because you you actually brought this to my attention, and we're gonna talk X-Men, and I'm like, dude, this is like the coolest like stuff ever. So I'm like, okay, this is like,
We're gonna get this before we get before we get Ghost Rider.
yeah, exactly. Now, do you think but like in all seriousness, like, do you think they have the guts? I mean, probably not, but like, I mean, X-Men, man. I mean, put it, dude. If you put an X-Men ride in DCA, how?
I'm all for it. All for it. That I think that would be you know what you would do in that like oh my god. I think that they can pull that off. I would want to see kind of like a style of how would I explain it? I want to fight on the side, like beside these people. You know what I mean? So I want to be on the outside looking in. So I want to go through kind of like they did with the Monsters Unchained ride, where you're just kind of going, then it's a different area for a different monster kind of style, and but you're still fighting all of them. I want that to happen with these characters. So like I'm running next to Wolverine on this ride, then all of a sudden Wolverine's like, "You got him, bub," and then you go over to like Cyclops, like, "Hell yeah, dog," and then Cyclops just do this little thing, and then you just kind of like jump around to different characters, and they help you get to the end of wherever you need to get to. So it'd be kind of cool to see just different things like that. But I think it could work. I don't think this is dark enough, like we're talking earlier. I think this is where that light sheds just enough. Obviously, you're not going to shred people to pieces in the ride. You're not going to blast people into bits, but you're going to be able to do some kind of something to be able to get that. I just don't know how far that Disney would go with this franchise as far as a ride.
Yeah, I mean, it's popular enough. I know that Disney hasn't really dipped too far into the X-Men stuff yet.
Yeah, they want to. I could feel it.
Oh, they want to, absolutely. And X-Men has proven itself over what? Chat, help me out if you know, but like it's been like 20
There's a
years
lot.
of X-Men movies,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, there's
And
a lot of them.
yeah, I mean, and honestly, they were hot before the MCU. So there's no doubt that this franchise would absolutely crush it. And to
It's also
have it in,
casting.
yeah, exactly.
Fox casted the shit out of the X-Men, dude. Like legendary casting. I'm to the point where we're still getting those characters in the new movies, even in Doomsday, like getting Xavier and what's his name? Wow, I am not on it tonight, guys. Long day. I'm here. I'll catch up.
Yeah,
Promise.
no, but you're right though. The casting was
Mysterio.
Mysterio. Yep. The casting has been absolutely top notch, right? But I would love this. I would love to have X-Men at DCA. Dude, Avengers Campus is way too Spider-Man centric, in my opinion.
To get and has the shittiest ride. How is that?
Exactly. And it's Magneto, so we're both fucked
Magneto.
up.
Yes. Who the fuck did I
It's
say? Mysterio?
you said Mysterio, and I was like, yep, that's it.
That's it. And I'm like, fucking damn straight.
Damn right, man. Mysterio, dog.
Just let us have it, Red Bandana.
Come on, man. And a big shout out actually to Red Bandana Gaming. We collaborated with him and Jared from Capture the Magic recently. He's a really fun dude. Check out his YouTube channel, everybody. And also Rogue Attraction has a channel as well. Really fun guy as well. So make sure you guys check out him on YouTube. Remy D here says, who could take up the mantle of Wolverine after Hugh Jackman? I mean,
Mysterio, Jake Gyllenhaal. might as well go. That's what I was talking about earlier.
There you go. You think
Jake Gyllenhaal's watching right now. He's like, yes, someone finally said my name again. I'm finally relevant.
I'm relevant. Yeah, no. Some people are hungry for that relevancy. You know what I'm saying? And he might be.
He's one of those guys. I feel it.
Yeah, but you really think you really think he could do it though? You think he's got the chops?
No, I don't think so. I think there's that role. And we talked about this the other day. Just that forever role. There's some people that just the Marvel gods was like, this one's for you, son, and handed it to him. Yeah, this dude, like, I don't know. You know what's gonna happen is that someone's gonna try and it's gonna fuck it all up and it's gonna hurt feelings. And I'm gonna be one of the people and like, you can't do that. Same thing with Blade. Like once you put the other, I can't remember his name, but fucking great actor, by the way, and he did a great job. But you sit back and you're like, hey, you're not Snipes, dude. You're not Snipes. And I'm sorry, you did a great job, but it's not the same. And I think that's gonna do the same thing with Wolverine. This guy's gonna play his heart out. It's gonna be probably one of the best fucking Wolverine movies ever created. It's just not gonna be the same because it's not Jackman.
Yeah, no, I feel you. And Jake Gyllenhaal, I don't know, man. Like, I feel like what was that?
Rogue Track said Brandon Skellner.
Oh, there it is. Okay. Jake Gyllenhaal, I don't know, man. He's kind of got the low T thing going on, right? Like, I don't think he's masculine enough. I think for Wolverine.
Brandon Skellner could play out just because he has the look. I just don't think does he have that vibe though?
Yeah, I don't know. What about Henry Cavill? Or is he too buff?
I mean, you're too buff to play this role, dude.
You're too big, bro.
I like him. I think he's great. Maybe. I mean, he had the cameo, right?
Yeah.
I think that's your closest thing. I think that's the most okay version of him. If someone was to say, "Oh, it's going to be Henry," everyone's going to be like, "All right, he'll do good. He'll do all right." People won't complain as much. If they, my whole thing. Okay, so I know a lot of people say these things too, like, "Well, give him a no name person. Give him someone new. Let someone new do this so they can make a future for themselves." I agree. I always want people to get a chance, especially in Hollywood. Like people deserve to get more chances. That not everybody needs to be, you know, fucking Tom Cruise or whoever playing these parts.
Right.
But at the same time, there's certain parts where you kind of need a self or like a true person that everybody knows to play these roles. So it's really a terror for me. Like I don't know which route I would go. Would you go with someone new, or would you just have to go with the someone that we know?
It's tough because there's not a lot of people that we know that I feel like would really be as good as Hugh Jackman.
Yeah.
So like a part of me wants to get like a known person, but part of me is like, I mean, if we can find someone better who's not known, maybe we do that. I don't really. It's a tough call, man. It's a really really tough call. It's Kiki and Luca here is saying that Cavill showed off his fighting in that Mission Impossible movie. Yeah, he's good. I mean, Cavill's great, man. I really really like Cavill, and they were trashing him on X like a month ago, trying to say that dude doesn't look good anymore, like he's not handsome anymore. Get the fuck out of here, guys. Most dudes would kill to be Henry Cavill on his worst day. Get the hell out of here. This guy is, come on, yeah, that's ridiculous. But yeah, no, I don't know. I feel like that he would be a possibility. I wouldn't mind necessarily a new person if the new person was like really, really like locked in to that Wolverine character. But I don't know. I feel like this would be a great franchise though for DCA. I want DCA to lean into the fact that it's the anti Disneyland in a lot of ways, or not anti, but like more of a park that like, like we're going here for
Yeah.
like, it's a different vibe. I don't want the same
Um,
stuff. So
I agree with you. And then Rogue Attraction said, "How do you like the look of the actor they picked for the game?" Liam, right? I like it. I think he's in general. I like Spartacus and stuff like that. Great actor, and that's the thing. So let me ask you this: Do you think that the game could? Do you think the game should have had a different actor, or do you think they should have went with what's his name to play it? Like, are we okay with the voice acting and all that? Because games really don't really have the original actors most of the time, anyways.
no, I mean for this game, I'm fine with it.
Yeah,
I mean, it looks great. It looks great. I mean, we did a reaction on your channel, and I thought everything looked fantastic. I
yeah.
have no issues with any of this.
Yeah, and see, that's why I'm saying I think it's a little bit different when you portray someone in a video game versus portraying them on screen in a movie.
Yeah, no, I agree with you 100%. Now, Mike here is saying that it's a shame they blame Cavill for the DCEU Superman. Yeah, I don't. He was a great Superman. Like
I feel bad for that guy in general. He lost his fucking role as um wow. Dude, I apologize everybody tonight.
what's going on? What's going on,
I don't
Ken?
know. I don't know. I was ready. I was just so ready for this and then my mind's going blank. It's one of those days, I guess. I need some sleep.
Yeah, but no, it does suck though that like they do blame him for that because it has nothing to do with that with him.
Yeah, Switcher. Thanks, Remedy. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna say almost all of my full sentences tonight, and then I'm gonna look over at the comment section so you guys can finish them. So we're playing a game. That's
Yeah,
what
we
we're
are
doing.
exactly.
Remedy is a winner. Witcher.
There we go. There we go. Yeah, no, it wasn't his fault. He was the best. He was probably one, maybe the best, or one of the best parts about the
Yeah.
DCEU.
You know
Like,
what ruined
what was that?
Superman was the film grain.
Yeah, I don't like all that, dude.
No, and it was like pumped up. Film grain was just, you know, the hard part was like that's when people like when high definition or 4K was really kicking off, and we started getting really, really beautiful TVs with 1.1 billion colors. You know, we started getting into that 10-bit color panel, and then you give us film grain in a superhero movie. That's fucked up. Like I want to see that shit crystal clear. When you go and watch Guardians of the Galaxy, you watch Doctor Strange, those fucking movies pop. And that's why I would buy an expensive TV or go to the movie theaters and watch IMAX because I want to see those colors. I want to see everything just vibrant, especially with something like that.
Yeah, no, well said. Well said. Mike here says all I want is when they reboot the universes, they keep X-23. So
She needs to be a baddie though.
yeah. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. So we'll see. I mean, the future of DCA, I don't know. I'm excited, honestly, about what they got going on here. Now, what are your thoughts on Candy Camper? Like, what are your expectations going into like Infinity Defense? Like, do you feel like this isn't because a lot of fans are like kind of being like kind of douchey about it? Like, well, it's just going to be a Transformers, so they're already like writing it off. I'm like, dude, I don't
Mhm.
know. Like for me, I feel like let's give it a chance because look, if we had that mindset, if we have that mindset, we could do the same thing with a lot of stuff, right? Like
Yeah.
obviously, Small World and Pirates are the same ride system, and I mean those are two totally different experiences. So even if it's the exact same sort of ride system, we don't really know what this Infinity Defense is going to bring to the table in terms of effects and like Imagineering, like trickery, so to speak. What are your thoughts going
Yeah.
into? I mean, do you feel like it's going to be a mind blowing thing, or do you feel like maybe not? I'm kind of disappointed. The only issue I have with it is I don't like the 3D glasses.
Yeah. And I agree with you. 3D can kind of just do its thing and go away. Um, I mean, we've gotten promised so many different times now with new technology and it just falls flat. Like Spider-Man, for instance, oh, we're using these new toaster ovens. It still cooks the toast, cooks the bread into toast the same way. It doesn't do anything different. So what are we really going to gain from this? And then, just doing a little bit of that research and, the King Thanos thing, you're going to be getting chased to, different lands and fighting them in different places. I feel like it's going to be super screen heavy.
Yeah,
And like, how are you going to pull it up? You're not going to put a whole bunch of animatronics in there to do that. You're just, I just feel like it's going to be one of those where you're kind of going down the track and you're going to have that screen. You're going to stop in front of it. It's going to do its thing. You're going to move on to the next section, do your thing, and kind of keep going. So I get where people are coming from this, where, coming at it a little bit. I kind of agree. I just wish it was a little bit more. I wish it was the roller coaster we're getting, or just like, I want it to be on the same level as like what we got in Galaxy's Edge. You know what I mean? Like we needed something with that kind of style that's just gonna, you know, has the props in there. When you go through and you have that giant blaster, like the cannons when they're working, and you just fucking they just launch and it's the kinetic energy. That's what I want to see in something like this. That's supposed to be futuristic. And if you really want to tear people away from competitors in that area, and you want people to come into that park, you can't just half-ass these rides. And the hardest part about this whole thing is that we keep getting DCA half-assed, no matter
yes,
what it is, unless it's Cars. Cars was the only thing that was not half-assed, and they went all out. And look what happened! It's the best land in that park. It's the longest ride, longest line in the park, and it's because you did it correctly.
thank you. No, exactly. And this is the thing that bothers me with the fandom though too, because I feel like Disney is definitely phoning it in and they're definitely half-assing it. And then the fandom, all the outrage with the DCA stuff is about Pandora. Let's
Yeah,
completely ignore the unthemed Kuka arm ride that has like literally it's like in a Costco warehouse. They're gonna just whip you around. Let's ignore that. That's fine. We love that. But then we have, and I love Jim Scholl, I do. But like, I mean, he's out there advocating and like for like them to change like to cancel Pandora, and I'm like, that's the thing you're going to bat for? It's like no Pandora. Like, I mean, what about the stupid Kuka arm? Like, how much BS do we have in DCA? And the thing that we're gonna fight against is the immersive land. Why don't we do something about Pixar
yeah,
Pier? I know you and Webber did a video. He gave you a shout out. I hate that, dude. I hate Pixar Pier because it looks like a Knott's Berry Farm thing. It's not. Disney can do better. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
But
I
like
agree.
all this stuff in the park, and people are like shitting on Pandora, the one immersive thing that could compete with Cars Land. We're gonna like, no way, we can't have it. It's like,
Yeah,
why? I don't get it. I don't get it.
and I agree with you. And I was a late adopter to the whole Avengers Campus, like the flight lab and stuff, because I kind of want to just keep my mind fresh for a long time.
Yeah, I
But then I
feel you.
realized like I'm probably not going to see these things for a long time because it's Disney. Um, but doing more research, of course, because of my channel and your channel and everything like that, I don't get it. I don't get what you're doing. I don't get what they're doing. I don't get why we have to use this technology. And the hard part for Disney is that they focus too much on the technology itself. Just like Tron, we need to use this bike. So what are we going to do to use this bike? Let's build everything around it for the bike. let's use a shitty like concept for the bike. That's your issue. Now we're using everything around it for the Kuka arm. Now we're gonna do it for the Spider-Man for this fucking vehicle. Why does
Right.
everything have to do with the vehicle? No one gives a fuck about the vehicle. I'm gonna ask you this question: out of all the Disney vehicles in every park, what vehicle does the best? The boat ride that they're putting Encanto or Coco in? That's probably going to do the best. And it's going to run people through it. People are still going to be sitting there. They're still going to be immersed. They're still going to look at it, just like they did over in Pirates.
Yeah.
Same difference. Look how much animatronics you have. Look how much kinetic energy. Look how many things are moving. Look at the music. Look at everything. That feeling. I mean, obviously you're on a boat because it's a fucking pirate ride, but
Right.
it just makes sense. You don't need to have crazy, crazy, crazy all the time. You could put me in a haunted mansion, put me in a dune buggy on a chain, and to go around the circle, and I'm going to be able to get on that ride and feel great. So
Yeah.
yes, does it matter how it moves? Sometimes, but I want to feel everything around me move too, not just a fucking kook arm. Unless you're gonna do something amazing with it.
Yeah, no, I agree with you, brother, 100%. And here's the thing too, is I feel like I was watching that Imagineering video, and the Imagineers were really hyping this thing up. Yeah, the Kuka arm is the theme, right? That's the story. It's the Kuka arm, and it's so cool because it starts on the ground and then it attaches and lifts you up. And aren't people are going to be amazed by that? No, no one's going to be amazed by that. That is a nerd thing. That is an Imagineering engineering nerd thing. The average family knows the Kuka arm goes in the air because you know why? There's no theming. It's in a giant warehouse. You can see you're up in the air. So the whole
And that's the difference, right? Because Monsters Unchained uses a kook arm, doesn't it?
yeah, exactly.
I
Yeah, it
believe
does.
so. And
Yeah.
what does that do? That floats you through the fucking ride. It puts you through the theming. This is not that. This is you testing this fucking thing or whatever the fuck it's doing. That's the difference. You're giving me a half-ass ride just so you can show me technology that some other park already fucking has.
Thank you. Exactly. And there's no payoff. It's all a bunch of training.
Forbidden
Oh,
Journey uses it, I believe, too. I believe Forbidden Journey uses it also.
no, it does. It absolutely does. I'm claustrophobic as hell on that ride. I hate that thing. Shoved in that little freaking locker fucking thing. But that's the thing. It's like there's no payoff. It's a bunch of like, okay, recruit, we're gonna train you to be like Iron Man, and then they'll put you down and be like, well, thank you for your training. It's like there needs to be these attractions need to have a payoff. If we're gonna spend a few minutes on training, there should be some sort of battle at the end where our training comes to use. We fight Doc Ock or some baddie, right? I just feel like it's kind of silly. That's why the Kuka arm thing, for me, is my biggest worry. It feels like lazy. The vehicle is the theming, and there's no store, like there's nothing there. You know what I'm saying? And you're in a giant warehouse. It feels like DCA 1.0. We're going backwards. Pandora, I get it. Like people can argue like there's nothing to do with California, and it's the transition. It's like I'll take all those problems over the Kuka arm shit any day of
100%.
the week.
Yep.
At least Pandora has classic Disney immersion, and you're kind of like in a different world, like an environment. The other thing is just like something you could find at like I don't know, like a Cedar Fair or something.
Well, and that brings up the Millennium Falcon thing, like or Smuggler's Run. It's not my favorite fucking ride in the park at all, but you can't take away from theming. That whole building, the whole walkway there, the ride built or the ride itself, it's themed very well, even though it's such a basic concept. So I agree with
No,
you, man. We got to get something. And yeah, the capacity for the boats or the boats are smaller, I believe, on the Navi. Navi. And it's a shorter ride too, so probably less boats on the water. Would be my guess.
now you've been on that, right, Navi?
Yeah, I went on it once and I was like, all right, I don't need to ride this again, dude.
Yeah, because you're not really okay. So it's funny because Candid and I are like, I'm a vibes guy. I love the
Yeah,
vibes. And then you're a rides guy. You ride crush like crazy. And I was hanging with you and Webba. Like
you
I
did all
was
right. Yeah,
yeah, I did all right. We did like
you
six or
did all
seven
right.
rides.
I'm proud of you, old man. It's
You know what I'm saying?
okay.
Doing it. We were doing it. You know what I'm saying? Then I went back, and kicked it for 4.5 hours with Tones.
Yeah,
The vibes guys. But I
yeah,
was trying to
it's definitely a vibe guy. Both of you guys.
I was trying to mix it up. But like the Navi River thing is a ride, but it's like a vibe.
Yeah, that'd
You
be my
know.
late night. Like, man, I've been walking all day. Let me enjoy my pongu pongu juice and just chill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. Now, I will say this: our boat ride needs to be better than that.
Yeah, by a lot. By a
I mean,
lot.
we can't be
It's
doing
just
that.
boring, dude. It was so boring. The shaman was like the best part, which I get. She's fantastic, but dude, you blew your whole wad on that.
Yeah,
Mm,
I
mm,
know. Yeah, they did. They blew it.
I don't
They
like
blew
it.
it. Yeah, they blew the wad. JJ here says IOA Islands of Adventure definitely has the better Marvel rides by a landslide. Disney is too MCU based. Well, and I feel like Disney makes a lot of weird decisions with their Marvel stuff. Like I've said before, like with web slingers, your ride vehicle should sort of fit like the vibe of the character. And you have a character as Spider-Man. He's a young dude. He's skinny, young. He goes from building to building. So what do? They give us a giant, bulky ass toaster oven that we sit in. Like it doesn't scream Spider-Man to me. You know what I'm saying?
No,
It's weird. It's just weird, you know. So
you
I
could
don't
have
know.
done the kook arm with Spider-Man. It would have been better.
Oh, the Kuka arm would have been amazing. Like because you could have had the Kuka arm going through like a city and going from building to building.
Exactly.
And then you can even add your like the stupid little game stuff to it. Like you can
Yeah,
like shoot while
would
you're
work.
Kuka arming, right?
Kuka arming. They're
You
gonna
know?
patent that now. They're gonna see it.
I'll tell you, dude. Exactly. Ace Ventura says that Avatar River ride is a definition of meh.
Yeah, 100%.
You
Perfect
know?
word to describe it. If anyone asks you, it's meh. The shirt should say on the front meh with a dot. Period. Meh.
Meh. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I agree.
Exactly. And Keegan Luca here says, I agree. The Iowa Spider-Man ride is better than Web Slingers. It's funny because the channel, I've had this channel now for 10 years, which is crazy to me. But like way back then when they announced that Spider-Man ride coming to DCA, like I my goofy ass got on camera. And this is the thing, dude. I will this is the thing. I 100% will say that I'm wrong and will say that I fucked up. At D23 2 years ago, I have no problem saying, hey, you know what? There was this really cute Japanese girl. I totally blew it. I didn't even say hi to her. I was like, the whole weekend I kept running into her. I'm like, dude, never
You
say
had multiple chances.
the universe was like, bro, do something.
You don't
And I
you don't like in that big of a atmosphere of people, and you run into someone multiple times. Like you gotta say something. Like, dude, why are you following me? At least, why are you following me, bro? Like you just want to be
exactly.
super mean to her.
Yeah,
Say
exactly.
something.
No, and you know, and sometimes I'll succeed, and sometimes I won't. But I'm always honest with my audience. I don't make up stories. I don't do any of that crap. If I fail or I'm not, you know, or I'm wrong, I'll 100% say it. I got on camera, candid, and I was like, you know what, this Spider-Man rod is going to be so awesome because they would never announce it. They would never announce it if it wasn't going to be better than the one in Florida, the Universal one.
Yeah.
I was dumb. I made a mistake because it clearly didn't happen like that. You know what I'm saying?
No. And we sit here today, and we still haven't like they don't give a fuck. I think that's the problem. They don't give a fuck. And I don't know if it's just a DCA thing where it's DCA. They're gonna pay 100 plus for a fucking ticket to go in anyways, and they're gonna get there and they're gonna be there half a day and then they're gonna cry about it. Like, fuck you. They do it to us every single time. DCA is a half day park still. It costs the same amount to get in there as it does at Disneyland. It makes zero sense to me. And then I had someone yesterday like, we don't need Coco.
Yeah, we
Yeah, we
do.
do. Like, what are you talking about?
Wait, who said that? Who said that?
I'm not going to put them on blast, but
Okay.
you can go check over on Instagram where everyone's fucking toxic. Fuck Instagram. I Tone's like, oh, you should go on Instagram, dude. Everyone connects on Instagram. I go on there for like a week, and it's just the worst people ever. And you guys watch me all the time. You know me. I just say shit to say shit half the time. None of it's true. And if it is true, it's just because it's from my like I think it's true. It's my brain. I like to blue sky everything. I want to get rid of the rivers of America. Do I really think they're going to do it? Fuck no. But can I come up with an idea and be just fucking future proof or think of for myself for once instead of having to follow the little trail of breadcrumbs that everyone else follows? Fuck that. Cut that shit in half and give me more. Take out Small World. Oh well, I'm sorry that it's keeping the world together because Walt grabbed all the fucking water from everywhere else and dumped it in the fucking river that's probably not there anymore because he built this ride fucking 34, 40 years ago. That water's gone with fucking whatever they put in that shit. Bromine. So fuck you. Fuck that ride. It can go away. It's going to be frozen. I'm calling it now. And if you don't like it, well, it's probably going to stay realistically. But I can have those opinions. I don't know where I'm going. I'm on a rant now. I feel good. I feel good again. I
No,
caught
it
back
feels
up.
good. It feels good to let it go. It feels good. I said let it go. That was a Frozen joke. Oh, that was
Oh,
good.
dude, where are we at right now? We're killing it.
Dude, the synergy is off the chain. No, well, that's why I love bringing you on though, Candid. Like seriously,
Yeah.
because you do bring up a lot of points or a lot of opinions where I'm like, dang, dude, like that's crazy. Because like nobody, like nobody ever says let's get rid of Small World. At least at Disneyland, Florida's
Yeah.
version is crap. Let's be honest,
Dude.
crap.
I remember walking in. I walked in there and I was like, "Oh, what the fuck? It's indoors." And then you see the backdrop. It's like someone painted it on the wall. I'm like, "What the fuck is this?"
Come on, you
Oh,
know what I'm
that's
saying?
great.
But
That's
you're like,
great.
but you stand 10 toes on business. You're like, no, dude.
Yeah. And I get like if I was to put a list of, all Disneyland rides that are untouchable, I know that's on the list. I'm not fucking dumb. And I know that would just cause that much of an issue. But at the same time, there's no one on this planet. And if you are, then you're that person that if you were to take out two rides or keep one and kill one, we'll say that, or get rid of one, Pirates of the Caribbean or Small World.
I mean, yeah,
You're not
no,
gonna get you're not getting rid of Pirates.
you can't. No, you can't get rid of. I mean, if it's between those two, yeah, you'd have to get rid of Small World.
Yeah, and Small World makes the most sense. Why? Because it's in the back of the park. It butts up to the back of the property, and it opens up into Fantasyland. So if you use your brain, you'd use that portion and then keep going down where that water goes behind Matterhorn. That's a pretty big plot of land that you could fit something that's going to make 20, 30, 40 billion dollars more every year in sales.
Yeah,
Just saying.
yeah, no. And Ace Venturo here says, Florida's Small World looks like elementary kids colored an indoor marina with their hand turkey smart class.
I love it.
I mean,
You know the
I
Go
love
ahead.
that ride. I love that ride. I do, but I mean, he's not wrong.
No, and I will say the best part of the best part of that whole ride or that facade is, I believe I can't remember off the top of my head, but I believe it is the food place right there is Pinocchio's Village House. Being able to eat and then looking through the glass to see everybody get on the ride is pretty cool. I'll give him that. That's the best part about that ride, by the way.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's crazy. Well, and that's the thing too, the fans get all worked up, right? Because like we haven't really gotten a lot of Disneyland news
Yeah,
lately, right? Believe me though, Cannon, if they come in at D23 is in a couple of weeks, I'll be there. I'll be there with Webba. If
he's
we're
gonna be
sitting
dressed up too.
Webba will.
No, you will.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm going as Woody. Yeah, absolutely. I'm
There you
I'm
go.
I'm a big Disney bounder. No, I'm not. That's the one thing, dude. I don't want to get too into it. I don't want to make too many people mad, but like I love Disney, but I don't need to like be
Yeah,
corny, you know? Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I mean,
So
dude,
I
if
don't
you pull the hair, down like this, you can go Wolverine.
know. Yeah, exactly. Oh, I
Just
gotta
put his
work out. I gotta work out a little bit though, bro. You know,
You'll
but
be
I'll get
fine.
there.
You'll be fine. You
I'll get
got this.
there. Yeah, exactly. No worries. No worries. But but
Love it.
but but to circle back, if Disneyland gets anything crazy, like big, there's going to be an
I just don't think we
inevitably.
are though. I don't think I think we have so much going on in DCA, and if we do get the announcement, it's gonna be Tomorrowland, and it's not gonna be till 2036. Just because they need to have Avatar open, they need to have all the Marvel stuff, and they need to have Coco open for us to be able to start over on this side. It's just I don't. It's gonna be a while, but I don't know. What do you think? You think that what would be that announcement that you're gonna see over there in
I
Disney?
think realistically for Disneyland, I think of the lion's share of all the Anaheim stuff will be
Mm,
DCA.
okay,
I think it'll be like Coco, a flushing out of that, Pandora, and Avengers, right?
got it.
I think if we get Disneyland though, it'll be like mid-size kind of stuff. Like maybe they'll announce that the dragon from Fantasmic is coming back, or like
Mhm.
a new fireworks show, or a daytime parade, like that. Like
So
little.
nothing groundbreaking, nothing like that's gonna just blow tops.
I don't think we're gonna see anything blow tops now. No, I don't think so. What do you think? I mean, we're not going to get a new Tomorrowland. I mean, that ship has sailed.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to be fooled again because every D23, somebody starts a rumor that we're going to get some Tomorrowland news, and it never happens. We get left at the altar every single time. I'm not doing it this year, bro. I'm done.
Yeah, I agree with what you just said. I think that they're going to start some new shows and just kind of start pushing that narrative. I like the idea of, yeah, no, because what was the last thing we got? We had Toontown, right? Toontown was kind of the last upgrade and bigger thing that we had. I don't know. And then they just redid Matterhorn a little bit ago. We just got Big Thunder redone. I think we're kind of good until Tomorrowland, or I mean, we could talk about the Autopia. I mean, that's coming up pretty soon.
Well, that's what Webba, and Webba here is my CFO, my chief financial officer here at the channel.
How do you know?
He's a mover and a shaker over here at OGVD 5. I hope they do get into detail about the electric cars for Autopia. That's probably, that's something I can see them doing for sure.
So for everybody out there that's not a Californian, the the governor, the great hair. You think OG has great hair? You should look at our governor's hair. That's the only thing. That's the only thing I love about that guy. I'll tell him he has great hair. That's it,
dude. Great hair, amazing veneers. Like Newsom, hey, he looks the part for sure. Yeah, he looks the part.
Like just like that. Like, hey, I'll lose your check, but I'll find it for you. Kind of that kind of guy.
Yeah,
but then I won't tell you I found it. He's that guy. Oh, here's your $20 bill. I found it. Well, you can give it back? Maybe. He's that guy that takes your candy on Halloween.
Oh, 100%.
Anyways.
but like in a sleazy sort of like underhanded way, right?
Yeah.
Like he's not like upfront about it.
Back where I grew up, we didn't have candy. Anyways, so what he proposed is that no one can have the Disneyland can basically not have gas powered cars or vehicles in the park anymore. So they have to be turned over to electric ones by 2027. In cahoots with Honda, their stuff's going to be done in the end of 2026, their sponsorship. So what Webb and I kind of talked about the other day, are we going to get a Tesla moving in, or Lucid, or just anything like that, electric company coming in, or is this going to be where we kind of cut ties with Autopia and then use that land for something we really need?
What do you think? I mean, what do you feel is like the, I don't know. I feel like Autopia is probably safe for a little while.
Disney likes to do Band-Aids over in Tomorrowland. So I agree with you. I think it's safe for a little while. They're going to do a Band-Aid. It's not going to have a sponsor. And I know I said that on the other one. I said Disney doesn't want to leave money on the table. So if they can sign a short-term deal with Honda to continue the sponsorship until 2027 or 2028, until they figure out what they want to do, then that'd be cool. But I don't want to be locked in, or I don't want Disney to be locked into another 10-year on that. And that's how I knew we were never going to touch that Autopia, because we had a 10-year contract with them, with Honda. So if we sign another big time thing, we're not going to get a Tomorrowland update.
I don't know what it is. And again, I'm going to go back to it. I keep hearing Be Fair to Florida, but you guys are getting a Tomorrowland that is constantly being updated. You got Tron, Carousel of Progress. You have a People Mover. You know what I'm saying? You just got a Buzz Lightyear update. But we're going to talk about Be Fair to Florida because we got a popcorn bucket that you guys didn't get. Come on now.
What about I don't, dude, honestly though, Autopia over in their Tomorrowland is pretty horrible. Like there's no trees, dude. It's like right in the sun too. The one over in Disney World or Magic Kingdom.
Yeah.
So I feel bad for you guys on that one. I'll give you that.
What, the Speedway?
Yeah, that one's rough.
Yeah, I didn't go on that when I was down there.
It's hard. It's hard to do. Especially when like it's 98 degrees and then it starts raining and then it starts thundering and then it comes back to 98. It's really rough. Autopia staying for a while. I just think it is.
I mean, and here's the thing. I'm like a here, I gotta get my hater. Hold on, I gotta get my hater drop. Give me a second. Because I am the biggest hater when it comes to Autopia. Oh, of course I can't find my drop. Oh, here we go. So I'm the biggest hater when it comes to Autopia.
I'm the biggest hater. I hate the way that you walk, the way that you talk. I hate the way that you dress.
I hate it. But I understand and respect the fact that a lot of fans love it and feel like it's an opening day attraction, even though I'm the
biggest hater. I hate the way that you walk.
I can still understand the opposing viewpoint, right? So why don't we, instead of getting rid of it altogether, why don't we just cut it down a little bit? Does it need to
Are
be
we going to do that every time though?
with what? What do you mean?
Like we're going to do that every single time that Disney wants to do something new or cut something out, we're going to cry about it? Every fucking single, well, it's an opening day attraction, or Walt touched this. Walt literally chewed his gum and flicked it onto this. That's why we don't chew gum in the park now. Like, that's how far this shit goes.
Right. Walt put his cigarette out on that land, Candid. We can't get rid of it.
Yeah, we can't get rid of it. And I get it. And there's the untouchables. There really is. I 100% feel like there's untouchables. You have Matterhorn that is decrepit and breaking down, the first tubular roller coaster in the world, but it's the chiropractor of the park. Like, sometimes we just need to be like, okay, you know what, we need to upgrade this. It needs a little bit of help. It needs some TLC. It'll be okay. The part that I don't agree with is when we take stuff out to appease to certain crowds of people. That's the stuff that starts pissing me off. And you start making pirates soft and not stealing and not plundering and not doing pirate things. That's the fucking where you draw the line. You don't do that shit. But if you're upgrading the ride to make the pirate have projection mapping, like, yeah, it's not the, I haven't looked at it in person, but it's not, if it's not the best thing in the world, but at least they're trying to give us something new instead of taking away. And I want that. I want us to get new technology. I don't want you to take away technology, or take away parts of a ride because of it needing to be inclusive or whatever fucking bullshit. Small portion of people complain. You take out something bigger than that, and I think that's the most annoying thing.
Yeah, no, there we go. Qual here says Blue Sky of Disneyland forward options. If they redid Tomorrowland, timeline would be between Avatar, new entrance, and before Disneyland Forward, I reckon, as it'll be a long time in between those for something new. For me personally, Qual, in terms of like long-term Disneyland Forward stuff, and I've been a big advocate of this. I don't know how long you've been watching the channel, but if you're new, welcome. But like, I am a big advocate of Westcott, or at least a version or that kind of style park, right? So what I would do is Toy Story lot, which is about 85 acres, roughly the size of DCA. I would do like a World Showcase kind of park in there with like the various continents. In those continents, like Disney right now, they're all about the IP. So Asia, you can do Raya, the Last Dragon, Mulan, Turning Red. You know, you get the idea. Europe can be all the princesses, whatever. But I would do that kind of park. That's my dream right there, is to have a World Showcase style park in the Toy Story lot. I think the Drink Around the World stuff would be absolutely, dude, these key holders would go nuts for that, bro. I mean, the locals would go nuts for that. So that's what I would do. In terms of like the existing parks, I don't know. Like for me, DCA, I'm glad we're getting Pandora, even though that's an unpopular opinion, I think. I would like to see Zootopia eventually. I think that maybe you can do Zootopia. Yeah, I don't know. That's kind of where I'm at. But what say you, sir? What say you, Cannon? What do you want? What do you want? What do you want to come out of Disneyland Forward?
Yeah, I mean, you said what we've been talking about for years now, and I agree with you 100%. If Disney wants to cash in that money because they love just taking and taking and taking, you need Westcott. Westcott would just be the ultimate hit. There would be no coming back for any other park if they do it right. Just imagine the food. That was the craziest part for me, was the with not having like barely any Mexican food in the park. I know you can go to LA downtown and get Mexican food, but people don't want to drive sometimes. Like, you come on a vacation from out of town, you don't know where you're at, and all you hear is like these things about LA. You don't really want to leave that little Disneyland bubble. So why not give me some really good Mexican food here on campus or on in the park? So if you have something like Westcott, where you can now go around the world and eat these different foods and just really, really get into the different drinks and all that, that's Disney's bread and butter. They're going to make so much money off it. Have a permanent place for these festivals too, instead of having to crowd DCA all the time. I think it makes sense. But as far as like moving different IPs and stuff in there, I think they would really need to choose wisely of who they would put in there. And do you really think if we were to get a Westcott that it would be so heavy on IPs? I mean, I know how Disney's kind of going, but do you think it can get away with not having IPs?
No, I don't think it can. I think that the industry now, especially with Universal, like really making a lot of ground against them, Universal is going to utilize every IP possible, their own and licensed IP, right? So in Florida, Universal has like Super Nintendo and Harry Potter. I just don't think that that Disney can compete with like, you know, like these non IPs. I just don't. I mean, in the current environment, I think they kind of have to do IP. And look, for the nerds like us, we want the non IP thing. I just don't think realistically in the like it's a very competitive market. I just don't see how they can do it, you know. So I think they would have to. Yeah, but Qual here says Raya hadn't hit the box office home run as much. Well, here's the thing, Qual, and I don't disagree with you, okay? But here's my thing. I used to think the same way. Oh, well, this movie has to make a lot of money for Disney to consider it. But all the stuff in Florida, a lot of the stuff in Florida isn't even making money. I keep going back to that, but Tron didn't make money. Indiana Jones hasn't made money in God knows how long. Like I don't really know like what's making like a lot of the franchises they're pulling from aren't even making money. Then we hear a rumor, and again it's a rumor from the Wrap that they want to add Emperor's New Groove into Villain's Land. Well, that movie didn't do well back 25 years ago. So I just don't know how much. I'm kind of questioning now, like how much Disney looks at the box office.
Yeah, and you know what's crazy about the Tron thing too? And you brought up indie. Like if you look at like apparel and just different merch, how much merch is really coming out of Tron too? So you're failing at the box office. You're not moving merch. Where Indiana Jones has had its own, it's kind of not as dedicated as it used to be, but it has its own dedicated shop, and that does move merch. It moves pins, it moves drinks and food. Like they at least make some money on that back end, and on top of that, just being one of the best fucking rides ever created. I'll just say, hey, be fair to Florida, give us Indy. Well, bitch, you get it. You're gonna understand. You'll be able to understand now. Yours will probably just. I hope I'm not trying to shift too much, but I'm going to a little bit. I hope they show you guys the same respect over an Animal Kingdom that they did here, because what they gave us is something that almost to the point where you think you can't just replicate again. It is a beautiful, that ride is a masterpiece. And if you guys get anything even close to that, just say thank you. Thank you, Disney, because it's going to be awesome. And I know people, which is weird to me. From day one, I thought that it made sense to put that in that park. He's what, archaeologist?
Yeah.
How does that not? They had the bone stuff in that whole area before. They had dinosaurs there. So how does it not make sense for him to be able to go through every adventure he's gone through, has been through the woods or through the desert or some kind of fucking somewhere that's not in a building? Like it makes sense going in Animal Kingdom.
No, I agree with you, and I agree with you. I'm rooting for it because I love it here, and I can't wait for them to get it. It's just kind of funny to hear fans like, well, they can't do the same thing in DCA with Avatar. Like you can't get like 7 miles of transition, so therefore DCA shouldn't get it. Well, I mean, if we want to go by that, I mean, technically they shouldn't get Indiana Jones and Animal Kingdom because you're not going to get the same dope queue that we have. Because our queue was made because we had to get under the berm, right? They're not going to have that same queue. So that's why I really push back on these narratives where like, well, if it's not the exact same thing as the one over here, then we shouldn't do it. Well, it's like, I mean, honestly, I think the one in Animal Kingdom will be amazing, and it will be amazing for its own reasons. You know what I'm saying? And I think the Pandora and DCA will be amazing for its own reasons, and that's okay.
That's okay. Well, they have the the Tokyo has the what is it, the Crystal Skull ride, and their queue is great. It's not as big as ours, but you still going through the giant temple, you still walk through corridors and different tunnels and stuff like that. And if that, I feel like that's the closer you're like the kind of the route they're going to go with the one over in Animal Kingdom. Yeah, and it's great. I hope that you guys get something like that. I hope you get something beautiful, man. Give me a reason to go out there too. Don't make it the same as that clone ride, which I think they said it's an original story, correct?
Yeah, some with Mayan.
Yeah, see, that's gonna be cool.
Yeah, it'd be dope. Qual here says if it doesn't make the money, it has to at least have more of a cult following as to where they can cash in on merch, etc. No, I agree with you on that. Yep. But even on some of the stuff that they're choosing in Florida, like does Tron move merchandise? Like you were saying, like I mean, so. I don't.
We don't know the numbers, but I'm assuming. Like I never seen it. Like I never walked down the street and saw someone wearing a Tron shirt.
Yeah, come on, right?
Yeah.
Or Emperor's New Groove. How much of that do you see around?
I don't like, unless you go to Hot Topic.
Right. I'm going there.
Nah, me neither, bro.
I don't go to Hot Topic. I don't go to Box Lunch. I go, But Epic Berserker here says, let's freaking go.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. Now, Theme Park and Things is saying here, you know what's crazy? Tiana's was a good movie. The ride is pretty, yeah, it's a great movie. Beautiful. Last like real hand-drawn animated movie too. The ride is pretty mid, not better than Splash, but I will say I don't ever see really anyone wearing Tiana Bayou Adventure merch in the park.
That ride, that's Disney's fault. That was Disney's fault. And someone running, Mike said that's social reasons for existing. I agree with that too. There is, but even past the social issue behind it, you had a chance just to watch the movie and then take the ride and put scenes from the movie into there, and you go and fuck that up. Fuck you. And that's the biggest thing that pisses me off. Just give me the fucking movie, because I love the movie. It didn't do that well in the box office either.
No.
But honestly, dude, like, for that story, it's just so good.
Yeah.
Empowering. The villain was fucking great. The Louisiana theme, just dark and mysterious. It could have played so well into that ride, and they just went with this weird ass story. Even the music is fucking great in the movie. I don't know. I just think they really fucking dropped the ball, and they double dropped it.
Wow, they double dropped. So they dropped it. They caught it and then they dropped it again.
Yeah, dropped it again. Yep.
That's a double drop. Butterfingers. I love it.
Butterfingers.
Now Mike says Tiana has other social reasons for existing, and you're not wrong on that. And here's the thing too. I'm not talking about Florida because I haven't been on that one, so I can't speak on that version of the attraction. I actually like the one out here in California, but here's the thing too. I feel like the IP for Disneyland, I think it's a whole different animal over there in Florida because you guys have a different situation. In California, being next to New Orleans Square, I think Tiana's as an IP works really, really well. But I agree with everybody in the chat and Marcus, where you guys are saying that like the Tiana, like as a franchise, is a beautiful franchise and a great movie, right? I do think that even though I enjoyed the ride, they didn't do the best they could possibly do. Like,
and it was written right there for them.
It was right there. Facilier should have been in that attraction.
That's the issue, and that's the thing. Like, at first, it was so hard for me to come to terms with this, like the whole concept of changing it and everything else that was behind the scenes that was representing. Because in my eyes, like I don't care about shit like that. It doesn't bother me. I'm also brown, like. Shit doesn't bother me. I live in California, so everybody's mixed here. So people say whatever the fuck they want to say, and like just get over it. But when I heard everything going, I'm like, fuck, here we go. And then I started looking into it and doing more and more. I'm like, you know what? This can actually be fucking good. This can be decent. I'm on board now. I'm on board with this. And then I hear the story about it. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? And then I write it, and I'm like, this is boring. And you know what it is that the energy that you get from Splash Mountain starts right from the beginning before you even get on that fucking log. And on here, you're going through scenes where it's silent, where the boat's just kind of navigating, and it's just weird. And the animatronics are kind of like strange. I don't know. I'm just not a fan of it. I just feel like they dropped the ball, like I said, two times. And, I don't know. I don't know what to go with this anymore.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think they could have done. I think there were opportunities there. Like, I really like the original concept art with the tree on the.
Yeah, and was that money? Was that a money issue? Because you're gonna skimp out on money on the fucking icon of the park.
I mean, that would have been sick, to have that. I mean, I know from what I heard, the reason why they opted out of that is because the tree would have weighed a lot. And they would have had it
figured out, dude.
But exactly. I mean, look, when they wanted Star Wars in that park, what did they do? Candid, what did they do? They rerouted our river. They rerouted the train. It was they were flattening curbs on Main Street to get ready for Galaxy's Edge. They could have figured out the tree on top of that structure, and they should have. 100%. Because you know what? I'm going to get kind of controversial, but they talk a big game about inclusiveness, which is fine. Then deliver. If you're going to say that, then deliver and give the 150% into that effort.
Yeah.
You don't
Because now you're taking away from her.
Exactly. You don't virtue signal for the applause and then half-ass the attempt. That's extremely disrespectful.
Yep. And look at every other princess that has a ride, man. They get the full show. And you're telling their story, and now you tell us some weird ass fucking made up bullshit story for her. It's just weird, and you don't even represent her as a princess. That's the weird part to me. You wanted to have this princess in the park, and you represent her as Tiana, not Princess Tiana, and I think that's fucked up. And I think that I don't know. I just think that you're right, man. They let her down as a character, and you're not selling merch. I think that's could be part of it. And because you didn't push her as a princess, you're pushing her as a fucking waitress or a baker. Like,
right.
That's the problem.
100%. And Keegan Luca here says it's a plastic tree. I mean, come on, guys. You couldn't.
Go ahead.
Couldn't have made that happen. You couldn't put a plastic tree on there. Go ahead.
Yeah, and he said, Tiana's ride times are comparable with Splash Mountain because it's fucking hot outside, Kiki and Luca. It is 98 degrees to 102 degrees outside. They're going to stand in line no matter what. And that's something I brought up too was the other day. Is like, do we need more water rides in the park? Like actual water rides, not like boat rides where I'm riding. I'm talking about like Splash Mountain where I know I'm going to get wet.
So you think there's too many?
I don't think there's enough. Not in Disneyland.
Oh, interesting.
Because you have the rivers, you have the river boats on the other, or the rafts on the other side in DCA, and then you have this one, Tiana, which is a water ride. That's kind of it, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
I don't know what else they would do. You could even give like a basic log flume ride where you just go up. Like how they have the Six Flags, you go up and do the little circle and come down the hill. You could have gave us one of those and just themed it, and I think it would still have a really long line.
Yeah. And then H. Venturo here says they really leaned into the small business owner persona, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. I just feel like the execution, though, like that's not even necessarily a bad direction, but it's just the execution of even that wasn't great,
This isn't just a small ride or a dark ride, though. That's the problem. This is like, once again, an icon of the park. This is one of the big, it's a mountain. It's one of the mountain rides. You can't. Now it's not. It's not anymore.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go cry.
Theme park and thing says, I agree, camper. I've been saying for a while now, we need a couple more wet rides.
I know. I want to get wet when I go to Disneyland.
You know what I'm saying? Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. And
I want to walk around with swamp ass for half the day in my jeans.
Just wringing out those chonies, huh, bro?
Hell yeah. Just throw them over the stall for a little bit,
Let them air out. Just like that noise, that noise when it like slaps on the,
The guy next to us was like, Tiana's Bayou Adventure, brother.
Yeah, bro.
the thumb underneath the stall. Gap him up.
We got you. Oh man, exactly. That's what I want too. Cassandra. It's always good to see Cassandra. We love Cassandra.
Yo.
She's awesome. Yes, more water rides. It's hot at her. It is hot at her.
Yeah, it is.
Very hot.
And that's the other thing. Like, we can pull it out. I just don't know what you would. I don't know what you would do with the water. I don't know who you would use as a water ride though. At this point,
Moana.
That's kind of the hard part. Yeah, but after, I don't know, because what are you gonna do? Put the rock in it?
Oh, with that wig and everything, bro.
Yeah, I think this ship has sailed a little bit on the Moana train right now.
Sorry about that. My roadcaster had a little glip. Epic. By the way, good to see Epic. It's always good to see Epic in the chat. Florida Tiana would fit better as Pocahontas than Tiana. That would be interesting. Would you be down for that?
Yeah. Florida Tiana would have fit better as Pocahontas than. Dude, that would have been cool. That makes sense. I never thought of that.
But has a good point too.
I'm glad I didn't do it because I don't want to get in trouble for saying that.
Yes, exactly. And because they're saying, Mike is saying that there's no way they're touching Pocahontas, which is possible. That's possible.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was. Hey, backwards. Disney's pretty fucking backwards. They take the men chasing the women, but they'll put the women chasing the men over.
Have you seen Have you guys seen Family Guy?
Yeah,
That's a Disney IP right now. And we're
that's
gonna,
true.
and we're, I mean, that show is out of control, dude. Like out of control. And we're gonna put a trench coat on Jessica Rabbit. Really? I don't know.
I know why are you covering Jessica Rabbit up?
Let him breathe,
I don't
bro.
get it. Let him let him breathe. I mean, they're sucking up quite a lot of air, dude.
Yeah, I mean,
maybe a button or two. I get it. No, and you know, it's always that fine line of having to walk it, but you also raise people a certain way. I think that comes a long way. My kids would never know about Jessica Rabbit or know anything about not Small World. No, they're not gonna know anything about Small World. They're not fucking going on that fucking ride. Okay, they're
have you,
not
wait,
gonna know about
you
bringing the worlds together. No,
uh,
no, my kids love Small World, dude. That's what I'm saying. It's not like I'm not anti Small World. It's just not. I was going more based. My rant the other day was more based off of utilizing space because, and I said this somewhere that the only reason why I'm so callous now about all this is because Galaxy's Edge ruined it for everybody. Galaxy's Edge ruined every single future expansion for Disneyland once again because they used up all that fucking space to give us nothing, and it pisses me off. That's how I feel. I
so
want New
if
Fantasyland. They got a sexy ass Fantasyland, a new Fantasyland over in. I got a new Fantasyland, not regular Fantasyland over in Magic Kingdom. Your normal Fantasyland's not that great.
yeah, well, their Fantasyland is weird though. Like, yeah, the new Fantasyland part is
Fucking
great.
great. Yeah.
Yeah, but they didn't fully. They kind of phoned it in though a little bit because they didn't do like they still have some old Fantasyland in there that doesn't really match the new stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. And you're like, huh, that's weird.
It's like
Little funky.
a little funky. Like, I mean, if you're gonna do it, like, do it right.
Yeah. Yep. I agree.
I don't know. It's kind of weird. Qual says no change. So see Family Guy in the park. No way.
No, not at all. Not even in a third park or another gate.
No, Disney's gonna pretend they don't own that, but they own it. They do own it. Ace Ventura is saying, is Disney ever going to bring The Simpsons into the parks once Universal's licensing rights expire? I think maybe it might be something though, like maybe not like an attraction of Ventura. It might be something like the Treehouse of Horrors for like Boogie Bash or something like that.
Yeah, I agree. I believe we talked about that the other day. I think that's the perfect way to do it, or at least bringing those characters in during special meet and greets to do special meet and greet stuff. But I don't think they would ever touch Disneyland soil. I think it would be a DCA thing or a third gate thing.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And then Mike here is saying that Disney should build Disney Foxland, maybe someplace like Providence, Rhode Island.
I thought about this before, and I kind of talked about it. But realistically, if you look at Fox's IPs, there's only a few of them that really expand to the point where you can really build multiple lands for it, and that are still super relevant to the age group that you kind of want to be in. I was talking about it to Webba the other day. You can do like a great movie ride version. I feel like that would do very well, where you have those IPs inside there and kind of just run it that way. And you can even put that inside of the third park or third gate.
Yeah, absolutely. And Ace Ventura here says that he thinks that that DCA would be a good fit for something Simpsons. Yeah, I mean, I'm not against it. I mean,
on the pier, the pier could have worked until they turned to Pixar. They could have done all those games as like Krusty games and stuff. I think that would have been cool.
Oh, that's kind of cool. Yeah. They got to do something with that pier, man. And the thing that makes me mad about the Pixar pier is that they're like, okay, we're going to make a Pixar. But then they don't fully commit to even that.
Oh, no.
Because you still got Mickey on the Ferris wheel.
Yeah.
Like, commit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if it's going to be Pixar pier, then you put Woody on that thing. But you can't have Mickey on there and it's Pixar. I don't know. It's a mess, dude. And that was all Bob Chapek. That was all that 2018 Bob Chapek stuff, you know? I don't know. Epic Berserker here says, wouldn't that be this? Yeah, it would.
And I talked about this the other day because what more are you going to do? They already had a Springfield. Like, you're in Springfield. They're going to bring Springfield. There's nothing more you can really like break off and do that's going to be different.
Like, what do you think though about like a great Simpsons movie ride? Something like that. Like,
and see, I think that would be cool. Same exact thing, but just Simpsonified. I think that'd be awesome, and they can get away with it. Look how many different characters we got, and that are look like Simpsons people.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah. And Ace Ventura here says Mickey on the wheel is for the real Instagram. Yes.
Yeah.
And see, that's the thing though. Then don't make it Pixar. If the Mickey wheel is such a hot thing for, like the Instagrammable, location, then they shouldn't have made it Pixar Pier.
Do you think that they could have got away with not renaming it Pixar Pier, not changing the pier at all, but still putting those Pixar rides in there or themed rides?
That would have been better. Yeah, just keep it Paradise Pier, but you just insert more Pixar, because then you're not like locked in to like the Pixar stuff. And the Mickey wheel makes sense because it's just a generic pier with a bunch of Disney IP. That would have been fine.
Yeah. And I can't remember if it was you and I that talked about it, but the thought of taking out, I think it was you and I actually, but I'll say it again, taking out Ariel and bringing her over to Disneyland.
Yeah. No, that's fine with me. Yeah, as long as they put her, I love that franchise. As long as they move her over to Disneyland, like maybe in Fantasyland somewhere, like, yeah, that's cool. Kiki and Luca here is saying, have you guys had one of the Simpsons lard donuts? I haven't actually. But you know what? Oh, that's crazy, bro. Next time you're down here, let me know. We'll go together. It's Universal Hollywood's fun. No, but actually, the last donut I had was actually Randy's Donuts. That's a LA. That's an LA icon, bro. Randy's Donuts. But ironically, I had a Randy's donut in Las Vegas. So I don't know. So it's still kind of West Coast though.
West Side.
And Mike is saying, I do like the idea of a Fox anime. Only on this channel will you hear clips from West Side Connection. That is pretty crazy. Right?
I don't think there exists anywhere else on YouTube.
No, you're not gonna find, especially on a Disney Parks. West Side Connection is a deep cut. But Mike here says, and I'm actually kind of mad because from what I'm hearing, Mac 10 and Ice Cube, they've had like a 20-year beef.
Yeah.
And that's what's keeping them from reuniting. So I'm like, come on, guys, just work it out. Let's get the band back together again. But Mike here says, I do like the idea of a Fox Animation great movie ride, bouncing through The Simpsons, Family Guy, Futurama. That'd be cool. I like that. And Epic says Randy's is a legend. Absolutely. And Red Bandana says that the donuts at the Simpsons land are circular diabetes. Oh yeah, you're gonna get your A1C way up with that one. I'll say that. Absolutely. John, make it rain. Always making it rain with the great comments. I enjoyed the Simpsons land during my single and only visit to Universal Studios Hollywood. That's cool. It's not bad. Actually, Simpsons Land, I will say Simpsons Land has like the most like food options. Like in any of the lands, there's like a ton of food in there. So not too shabby. And Rudio, good friend of the channel, Rudio Lore, I sold WC a burner phone when I worked at Best Buy. WC, oh dang, dude, that's crazy.
Oh yeah,
that's crazy. I think that deserves a little bit of a
West Side.
But I love that, dude. I love that. And then Red Bandana here says, I just had a Duffy Dry at Moe's 2 days ago. That's my man right there. I love Moe's is a great spot too. But the only thing I try to do, because here on OGBD5, we do like the bar chats. And I've tried to do like bar chats in Moe's Tavern. And that place is way too like,
it's loud.
Oh yeah, it's rowdy, bro. Like you couldn't hear anything we were saying. It was crazy. But that's a great spot. Awesome. It's a fun spot. Let me see here. We'll take a couple more, then we'll get out of here. Epic Berserker, Simpsons Trackless Dark Ride, going through Nuclear Power Plant, or Moe's Tavern of all the Disney IPs.
That'd be cool.
Very, very cool. And then we got Theme Park and Things. I got to make a point here. It probably won't happen, but I want Fast and Furious to take over that Simpsons area. I know that ride simulator sucks for Simpsons, but turn it into a racing ride. That'd be pretty dope, dude. I mean, it would make sense, right? To kind of extend that new Fast and Furious ride into that area. I'm open to anything, but I do think eventually it will get replaced. There's been all kinds of rumors that it might be Pokemon and all kinds of stuff.
I mean, I can't wait for Pokemon to come and just take over the world.
Yeah. Oh, it's gonna crush, bro.
It's gonna just Disney's gonna fucking. They're gonna shake in their boots.
They're gonna shake in their little yellow boots like Mickey. Mr. Candy Camper. Oh, go ahead, brother.
Oh no, I was gonna ask you. Do you think if they were to announce, if they were to announce Pokemon at the parks here over in Hollywood, do you think Disney would really just start throwing shit at the wall to see if things stick?
Yeah, they would have to. Like Pokemon is so huge. Like I kind of hope that Universal does that because I feel like I'm kind of worried about the DCA stuff a little bit. I want them to take it seriously, and Pokemon might make them like sit up and like really take it seriously. Because look at the Florida's getting right now. Like you can feel the energy, right? Like they're putting a lot of money into the Florida parks right now, and a lot of that is because of Epic Universe. If they announce Pokemon out here in Hollywood, bro.
If you really look at the way the park's shaped, do you think that is kind of the downfall of DCA? Is the way it's shaped?
I think they messed up on the layout, yeah, because I think that a lot of that park, a lot of that park in certain spots when you're standing there, you can see like clear across the whole park, right?
Yep.
That gives the illusion the park is a lot smaller. Disneyland feels huge because you go through these little tiny walkways and you know what I'm saying? You feel like you're traveling and you can't see everything. DCA, you can see like when basically once you go down the main corridor and you pass Grizzly, you can see the whole end of the park.
You know what I love is when you walk through Adventureland and you're like fucking sardine canned in there, and then you get down a little ramp and it just fucking opens up to Tom Sawyer Island. Then you look across, you can see Big Thunder, and you see it, and you're like, fuck, this is huge. And then you go towards Big Thunder, and then you go on the other side, and you're like, shit, there's still a whole nother half of a park on the other side.
Right.
You don't get that from DCA at all.
You don't. And the funny thing is that
it's kind of like everything's built on like the outside of DCA because everything else in the inside is either like a facade building or it's just a walking path.
They dropped the ball on that. I mean, and you could have, because they're really acreage wise, Disneyland and DCA aren't that far apart, like acreage wise. But the use of space is dramatically different, and you can feel it.
Yeah, theme park and things says Grizzly Peak is a really dope land, and I mentioned this yesterday that land is exactly what DCA wanted to be and should have been. They put so much love and detail in that because of the hotel, and then everything else after that they half-assed. And if they would have kept on the same path as they did with that land, that park would have been fucking beautiful.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And then Xtina's Fighters 2000, what we need is Universal to buy Knott's. I mean, that wouldn't be too bad because right now Knott's has pretty crappy management. They're owned by like Six Flags, Cedar Fair, and I don't have much faith.
I hear a lot of bad things about it, like to the point where I don't want to go because I don't want to get shot or stabbed.
Right. Yeah, no, Webba and I were there a few months ago, and it's yeah, it can get rough, dude. Absolutely. And it's a shame because it has a lot of cool elements in it, you know. But I just feel like it's on the decline now because of like that new team. So it's unfortunate. It really is.
They're landlocked too, right?
Oh yeah, big time. Yeah.
So I mean, unless you tear something down or try to get a hold of some IPs that you can put in there, they have DC stuff in there or no?
DC stuff? What do you mean?
Yeah, do they have anything from DC in that? It's because they're Six Flags now.
Oh, I'm sorry. Not yet, but they probably will eventually. Yeah,
I think that'll probably be their little uptick they'll get.
Yeah, absolutely. Theme Park and Things says, doesn't a former Disney person run Knott's? They used to. Matt May used to run Disneyland, and then he became the CEO of Cedar Fair. But I think he retired a few years ago. He was great, by the way. He was the guy who really was organized and managed like the Disneyland 50th anniversary stuff like 20 years ago, and he did a great job. He was awesome. A lot of fans wanted him to become the new CEO, but c'est la vie. We got Mr. Goodhair over here with Josh Giamaro, you know. Now, Candy Camper, it was awesome having you on. Everybody, Theme Park and Things, Ace Ventura, Epic Berserker, Kiki and Luca, John Make It Rain, everybody in the chat, Rudio, Who else was in here today? We have Qual, Red Bandana, Remy D, Rogue Attraction, Mima. What's up, Mima? Brandon, Lego Universal fan. Everybody, just thank you so much for joining us today. Mr. Candy Camper, if you can remind everybody where they can find you on social media, sir.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Thanks everybody for joining, and sorry about the little brain fog today. It was one of those days. But yeah, no, I appreciate you for having me on and just giving me some more time, some more FaceTime to hang out with the boys. If y'all don't know, I just had another kid a little bit ago, so I'm on my little kid vacation for the next couple months. But I'm trying to get when I have some free time, I'm trying to get myself out there a little bit more over on my channel and over on OG55. So check me out here on YouTube on my channel. Check me out here on YouTube over on OJ55.
OJ, woo!
I don't know if we can do that. The glove didn't fit, sir.
Then you must have quit. You must have quit.
TikTok and Instagram, where you can find some of my shorts and everything like that too. And I'm gonna start going live every Tuesday at 8:30 p.m. PST. So go check me out on YouTube over there on my channel on Tuesdays.
Yeah. You can also find his shorts over the Disneyland bathroom stall, soaking wet.
Real quick, because Rudio said RIP OJ. Dude, okay, how disappointed were you that there was no like book or some kind of note that said I did it? Because like people like that, even if you didn't do it, like I would have still fucked with everybody and just said I did it. Like, come on.
I mean, it's crazy. I mean, everyone. I shouldn't say everybody, but like, let's be real. Like, most people kind of knew. I mean, it was,
It's just an unspoken rule. Like, you just don't talk about it.
Yeah. Oh, that guy, man, something else. But everybody, I want to thank you all so much for watching this episode of OG55. Not officially an After Dark episode, but kind of, kind of. Oh, here, Rudio says this. There was a book.
Did he admit it in there? He wrote it?
I think it was like almost like a like what if he did? I think it was like this legal workaround BS.
Okay. No,
he was admitting it without admitting it. You know what I'm saying?
I want straight up like, oh man, this was in a safe buried in their backyard for like 20 fucking years, and then they undug it. I'm OJ Orenthal. I did it, and I also did steroids. Like, I want that kind of list.
Like, you want like the receipts?
Yes, I want the receipts.
Yeah, I want like, speaking of like the receipts, I want whenever Bob Chapek's NDA runs out.
Oh yeah.
I want those receipts. I want to know what I want to know.
He'll drop it too. You know he will.
You think he will?
Oh yeah, he doesn't give a fuck. He wants to tell us now.
You think he's ready, bro?
I think he's ready. Let him cook.
Let him cook.
Apologize for not being the ally that you needed me to be.
There he is, Chef Chapek. You know what I'm saying? But everybody, I want to thank you for watching this episode of OG55. We're gonna end this show like we always end this show, with the lovely, the one and only Miss Me. All right.
Thank you so much for watching OG55. Don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and become a member today.